Hi, good evening, everyone. So, we are back with another beautiful evening that promises to present some amazing adventure stories. Well, we'll begin in a few seconds from now, but I really can't promise when it's going to end because by now we all know that when we get to talking about rice stories, it's kind of impossible to stop. So before we move on, let me share with you, behind the curtain story of this episode and how it started. So from day one, we knew that we were going to have Amarjeet on our show. I mean, there was no doubt about that. So we had on one side, we said, while we have a Rice who's, kind of ruling the skies and being there all over, there definitely must be some Rice who's on the other extreme, exploring the deep waters, as a full-time career. So we got into the search, we spoke to a few people, found some Rice who were doing deep sea diving, but maybe just as a passion once a year or something like that. And finally, then we reached Dubai, we went underwaters, and there we found Pradeep, enjoying with the fishes. And we said, hey, come out, we want you to be on our show. So that's how it started. And of course, Satyendra Malik was an easy choice, and there was no doubt in that. Now, when the three guests were done, the toughest part was to decide the host. And we said, okay, let's look at somebody, who's into the adventure field. And then we thought, it'll get quite boring. So let's find somebody who's as bold as these three, adventurous hosts that we are going to have on the show today. And someone who's as beautiful and can very elegantly, weave the thread between the three and get us a real nice show. So we said, okay, let's go with that choice. And on that note, friends, let me welcome our host for today. She's bold and beautiful. She's smart and elegant. Loveleen Shehrawat from 1992 batch. Hello, welcome, Loveleen.
I'm excited to be here.
So nice to have you here today. So, Loveleen, let me just tell you something very unique about today's episode. That for the first time, people are as eager to know and see the host as they are about the guest. So I guess that's a compliment for you, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm so excited. This is such an honor. Thank you.
Okay, so we've been, reading a lot of posts on Facebook, Loveleen, where people are saying, oh, it's been a decade we've seen Loveleen and we haven't heard her. And then some of the juniors are coming up and saying, oh, we really want to see, our Soma House captain and how she inspired. So it was really nice looking at all those posts. And let me share with my guests, with the audience. So how it happened was that I was very hesitant before I called up Loveleen, and I wasn't too sure whether she's going to say yes or no to host the show. And for people who are connected to her on FB, you will see, her capture, her lovely, the way she captures the skies and lovely posts, your travel diaries, Loveleen, your solo trips. So we knew that you were there active, but well, we didn't know whether you would, be ready to do this for not, us or not. And when I called her and I said, okay, this is the structure of the show, would you like to host? And you won't believe it, what I heard. She said, of course, Sonam. I mean, it is going to be so nice and it would be my pleasure. I would love to do it. Anything for Rai, anytime. So, Loveleen, I think that's what the ethos of Rai is about in all of us, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm a Raiist. Everything I am in life, I credit to the school. I know I haven't gone there often. I've gone there once after we've left. When we were in school, Sonam, I'm sure you remember there was this pomegranate tree story, which ended with this kid going back to his small town to see this pomegranate tree, which was in his background, in his backyard. And he saw the tree and he was so disappointed. And it ends with this one line. I remember Mrs. Bhardwaj often when I think of life through that lens. And he said, oh, it's a run-to tree, right? So a lot of times when you kind of go back to places, to your past, it ends up disappointing you. And I have such amazing memories of Rai. I don't want anything to tarnish them. So that's actually the reason I don't really visit my past often, but I'm in touch with a lot of Rais, and everyone who knows me in life knows about Rai because everything I am is because of Rai. No
Very
doubt.
nice. Very nice to know, Loveleen. So without much ado, I'm not going to take much time. The evening is all yours and over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. So everyone, welcome. We're going to have a jam of a session. I have no doubt because I've got three people from Rai. So Rai is an amazing place, right? It produces people who capture the seas, who capture the earth and you capture the skies. And what better to represent the success of Rai than these three people? So let me start with the first guest. Now I'm old, so I wear specs, so we'll live with that through the show. The first one is someone from the batch of 1988. He was a school captain and so handsome. And I distinctly remember when I was his junior, he used to walk next to Dr. Bharadwaj with his head just slightly down out of sheer respect. And he was pensive and confident at the same time. And I was this class 8 student who used to watch him from a distance. And I was so intimidated by him. I was so attracted to him. And he was a role model. Of course, he didn't even know of my existence. Today, he is a paraglider. But more importantly, he's a very, very successful entrepreneur. And most importantly, he's transforming lives. I'm sure each one of you is going to be tremendously inspired when you talk to him and hear his stories. I want to introduce you to Avi. All of you know him as Avi. So please, Avi, switch on your cameras and come say hello to everyone. Avi, are you there? Yes, there you are.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, so yeah, thank you so much. My heart is so happy, although it's beating a little fast, but I feel so happy to be here. And to begin with, I would love to thank beautiful Sonam for, organizing this beautiful show for all of us and getting us, all of us together. And thank you, Loveleen, you're looking gorgeous, and thank you for a lovely introduction. And yeah, I'd also like to thank, oh my God, so many people to thank. When I think of Rai, my heart is just, full of gratitude to our beautiful and wonderful teachers. Mrs. Mondira was just here a while ago. She's watching us. Remember in the KNS, she was the head, and all the beautiful teachers, grew us up, molded us. Sashi ma'am and Prabha ma'am and all of them, they used to dress so beautifully, and it was so wow, growing up with them. And then, MNSS and, IP sir, what a man, he's shaped us, he's kind of directed us to launch ourselves, in life. And all the other teachers, and I must mention, my basketball coach, Mr. Elawat, so beautiful a man. He's not with us, but I'm glad, his son is here, to talk to us today. And also, all our seniors, who've been role models for us, who guided us, to be the best that we can be. And of course, also, the juniors who are here, they're so lucky that we have a community now for them to help them about. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't be happier. I'm so, so happy. And thank you for, inviting me. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Avi. It is wonderful to have you here. And I must tell everyone that he's also a regular at TED Talks. We will know more about him, but he's absolutely leading an inspiring life. The next person I'm really excited to get on the panel is somebody from the batch of 1990. Those of you who know me well know batch of 1990 is my favorite batch. I remember him in school to be a little romantic about life. He was one of the most sensitive and caring people, seniors I met in school. I have amazing memories of him. And in 2008, I was walking down Kasauli and I saw this gentleman running past me, and it was Satinder. So this is Satinder. Satinder, please switch on your camera. He was in the army, and today he runs a very successful extreme expedition for all those of us who want to lead a life which is a little less ordinary, right? And I was telling him I'm extremely jealous. I want to be part of his expedition really, really soon. I've seen amazing pictures of all the places he goes to. So welcome, Satinder. So excited to have you on our panel today.
Thank you, Loveleen. Thank you very much. I am also getting back with on this platform. It's happening for the first time for me. I am attending school for the last couple of years very regularly, I'd say. but obviously you get to meet a limited number of people. I remember joining school in 78 in my class 1. Amarjeet was in class 3rd at that time. And the most amazing or a very odd thing that happened for us when we joined class 1 was that we were made to share our dorm with the girls from class 5th and 6th. But some of we had a kind of a mixed time. But however, that set the tone for us for the years to come. We had Mrs. Gehlot room just next to our room. Amazing personality who had all the love and care, but also stick when it was required. Mrs. Bhardwaj, I still remember very vividly taking my interview for my admission for class 1. Such vivid memories, lovely time, great friends, 6-year-olds, 25 of us, such good time growing together in everyday life. And I can undoubtedly say that what I am today, what I have gone through, what transformation that has happened from a boy who came from a small uh, village, didn't know much of English. The entire transformation, the entire change, what I am, it's entirely because of the school. And obviously, my joining the army later on after school was entirely based on. Otherwise, I would be farming at some in my village. I can say that.
So that's great. And we'll hear more of your story as we move on. And I want to now get the third guest, and he's from my batch. So I'm super proud of him. Actually, he was super quiet in school. I kind of remember him to be a swimmer, kind of remember him to be a basketball player. And then after so many years, Sonam tells me one day that, you know, he's a deep diver. So excited, Pradeep, to have you on the show with us. Please switch on your camera. So he's been diving all over the world into dangerous waters. I was talking to him. He was in Dubai then. Now he's quarantined because he's just landed back in India. So he's not with his partner. He's quarantined in a hotel room. But there you are, so excited to see you and so proud of everything you're doing.
Thank you, Loveleen, and thanks for all lovely talks, Bobby. So nice of you, and I and all my classmates, and being the junior most and the three of us, Amarjeet, Malik, Satyendra, and myself. But still, I'll be the senior most because I joined the school in '75. So my journey with Rai is pretty long, and it's pretty interesting also. What school has given me my whole life and meaning to my life. This is what I like the most. And my teachers, yes, I really thank all of them because all of them have really supported my classmates, my seniors, who've been my mentor. And I really feel nice to be part of Rai. And it could not be more pleasurable to be connected with Rai always. And today I feel myself to be lucky enough that yes, I am in contact with most of the Rais. Lots are in the list. And the three of you guys, you are definitely most beautiful. And I really love it. Rai runs in my blood uh, since childhood, and I left school. I won't say that I left school. I've never left school. I'm still connected. I still visit it, and I'll never leave it. That is for sure. And yes, I feel really proud to be there whenever possible. And I would have loved my wife who could have joined me in this session because it could have been, more pleasurable. But unfortunately, I'm quarantined. I'm back from Dubai. And yes, here I am. And Rai really gave me everything, and unknowingly Rai gave me that, that particular thing which I needed the most, that is swimming in water. Rai only introduced me to that.
So great, Pradeep.
And
Excellent. We'll hear more of that as we jump into the program. But I want to get straight in because we have very exciting questions. You three are so interesting and so different in so many ways, but so many common things. Like I said, you're doing Rai so much proud because you are. Avi's conquered the sky, Satyender's conquering the roads, and here we have Pradeep going deep. Is conquering the waters. So excited. But I really want to first start with Avi and Pradeep, and that's for one simple reason, right? So when we were in school, and we didn't come from entitled families, and our teachers were like our parents. They really were very, very conscious of that, right? So while it was an amazing school, 360 degrees of everything from theater to debate to swimming, tennis, I mean, all kinds of sports. And then we had exposure to international literature. Like Avi was saying, हमने रामायण तो शायद पढ़ी नहीं, मगर हमने Dostoevsky पढ़ लिया था, right? So we had the best library and so much. And yet our teachers made sure we were very, very grounded because they were very aware of the kind of backgrounds we came from. And they were very cognizant of the fact that in life, you need a good job, right? To kind of make a very secure future for yourself, to do your parents proud. Our parents were all working very, very hard to get us through school and college. And therefore, everyone was told all the time to study really hard and get yourself a secure job. But here you are, the two of you. You got into secure jobs. One got into Air Force, the other got into marketing. Both of you were doing really well. But in your 20s, you just chucked your jobs and you decided to venture into the unknown. And let me remind everyone who's on the show, this was the 80s and the 90s, right? India hadn't still opened up. Mr. Manmohan Singh was the finance minister who later opened our economy, had still not done his magic. So to secure your job at that point was a big deal. How did you guys evolve?
Okay, should I go first?
yeah,
Okay. So yeah, in school, we are taught to, really excel and, do our best. I used to love doing dramatics and, play sports and, do your best at the academics. I was awarded the, governor's medal and all that, and went into the National Defense Academy. I joined it because I thought flying would be fun. I was not interested in the services. Went in there, did well. I had a good background from Rai, like very strong kind of upbringing there. I got the President's Gold Medal. I was the Academy Cadet Captain. Joined the Air Force Academy, did really well. I was the Academy Under Officer. I got the trophy for best in flying and best in aerobatics. Joined a fighter squadron, and like really top of the game and stuff. But then you start to think like my brother said, you have lived a very sheltered life. Class 1, looked after, everything was taken care of. National Defense Academy, everything was taken care of. Air Force Academy, everything was taken care of. Still, everything is taken care of. You've not really seen life. And I really thought that, there's more to life. There must be more to life than this. Because that success thing was kind of, like that shell was breaking, that this success is not it. And so there was a Jat in me who wanted to, explore life. And I'm also a Leo. And so it was more of like, let's explore life. There's surely more to life. And that was the reason kind of, let's go for it.
What about all your financial responsibilities? I mean, it's one thing to say, let's explore life. We all want to do that. But we don't have the balls to do that. We're like, shit, man, agar ye nahi hua to kya hoega? Lag jayegi. So how did you kind of work around that?
Yeah, you're very successful, like maybe it goes into your head also, like when you're doing really well. I was doing really well in my fighter flying squadron, and thought like we could do better, and it seemed like, like it was constraining somehow, like this is not enough, this is not it. And the future didn't look very promising. It looked like a very straight road. And you feel constricted kind of, it was like beginning to get suffocated a little bit, too regimental and, yes, sir, and all that. And something inside, like you listen to that, something wants you to do it. And in retrospect, like if you look, you see like, something is moving you. Something is, nudging you, suggesting you. And from the outside, it may look like a brave step and all, but actually it was a logical kind of a step, like, it was like the next best thing to do. Although, of course, like parents thought I'm crazy, like chucking a brilliant career like that. And even friends thought, and like anyone would think like, are you mad? Are you crazy? But when you're in it, like you think that's the most logical thing to do. And I'm, like happy actually that we did something like that. And I won't regret it, like kind of, then continue something which you're not very happy with.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense also because, while on one hand our teachers were very cognizant of the fact that we must fail, but I think all of us were always taught to be very passionate about what we do. And that I think stays with every Ryist. Pradeep, let me just fill you in, right? Papa ne डांट नहीं मारी कि क्या कर रहे हो?
Okay. It all started when I started off my career in sales and marketing. Somehow I was feeling that no, I'm in a cocoon. I'm not out, and I'm not, I'm not being myself. This is something which I won't like to do. But yes, it's bread and butter. I was doing that, but still I was somewhere not interested in that. And somehow the love with water was always there. So I landed up in Goa, diving. And then I thought, wow, this is my passion, and my passion should be profession. This is what I thought. And I straight away landed into this field. I did my, course from France and England, and wow, that's it. And I love it. I have been through, I've been inspecting offshore structures after Katrina stroke, this thing, Gulf of Mexico. So I have traveled almost around the world, diving and all. And yes, this is what was in me, and this is what I wanted to be. This gives me pleasure. And yes, wherever I see pleasure, I'll be there. And I do that.
Clearly, 20 years later, everyone's so proud of you. I'm super proud of you. And I just want to get Satinder in. Because Satinder, your story is a little different, right? When I bumped into in 2008, you were doing so well in the army. I was like, this guy I have to stay in touch with because he's going to get me cottages in beautiful places to stay in for my holidays throughout. And I remember reaching out to you for one of them also. But ये क्या था? ये midlife crisis था कि midlife wisdom था? कि निकल के कुछ ऐसा करते हैं जो मन को पसंद है?
Not crisis. I would say more of a midlife wisdom. We were swimmers together, you remember that. So apart from 9th class onwards, I had started doing other activities also as part of the swimming group itself, like rafting and kayaking. In fact, I had taken part in a lot of competitions in rafting as well as kayaking, apart from taking part in swimming also. So this was something, the outdoor world per se, obviously has been my main attraction. So in fact, let me spill some beans that immediately after my class 12, I was a science student. I took up only BA pass. I got admission in KM and went and told parents that I haven't got admission in BSc. Why? Because I wanted to pursue this rafting and kayaking both as a career. I'd made contacts since I was into it for the last about 3-4 years. And there were a couple of people who were more than willing for me to get into it. And it was just a niche game or a sport at that juncture. However, somehow things did not work out. we belonging to the kind of families that we were. And at that juncture itself, I got selected for MBA. So obviously, with so much of pressure, obviously, army was always a choice for me. But this was something which, obviously, at that juncture, and mostly because of the financial issues, because at that time, loans were not easy to get. Neither had we reached a stage in life when you're 18, wherein you can start something immediately on your own. So a lot of these issues. So obviously, and I had since had the passion for outdoors, and obviously army being my major first choice for me. So obviously I eased into it. However, that what you call the kida of outdoors has always stayed with me. So in fact, I used to travel a lot, and being from the infantry, we get posted to such amazing places which are completely uh, at such places where obviously normal civilians cannot reach those places because they're completely out of bound because of the sensitivities and obviously the conflicts that are going on. But these are places I loved being there. The solitude in itself was something which was so mesmerizing, and it was so internalizing for me that it made me into something very different for myself. So
It requires a lot of, courage, because you've put in so much hard work into your career, and you were in such a good position. And unlike Kavi and Pradeep, I have to say, because when you're young, right, you're like, अच्छा मेरे पास अभी 40-50 साल हैं, कहीं गलती भी हो जाए मैं U-turn ले लूंगा, right? But when you're in your late 40s, early 50s, right, it's not an easy step to just kind of say कि अच्छा अगले 15-20 साल ये करते हैं. I've been thinking of it for 10 years.
Lovely, and I'll say, being a Raist, I had never thought of taking a U-turn.
अरे मैंने तो
for me,
U-turns लिया life में. Reality
for
हो.
me,
It's just not in dry blood, you know.
I don't think there is anything wrong with U-turns. I mean, if you believe that,
No, it's fine.
if you believe
What-
it's a wrong road, why keep going? Take a
No, if you have found the right way and your passion is following you and your pleasure is following you, why to take a U-turn if you are good with it? This
No,
is why I'm saying it's not nothing offending you. It's just that yes, I just feel right going in the direction which I like.
yeah, I mean that's different. What I was
Yeah.
so for me,
I would,
what
I would-
happened was I had reached a stage in my career wherein after my command, the kind of appointments that I was getting were not so challenging. They were
yeah.
based on my experiences of the past. And obviously, as I would grow, I realized it would be more desk bound. So obviously, that's something that I cannot handle.
But that absolutely makes sense, right? You don't want to
So
stagnate.
that was the time I met Nidhi, and she also being from the outdoors. So it made sense for me that two people who have the same passions, same inclinations, ability to take similar kind of risks in life as well as in outdoors. So obviously it was a natural way. I did not think much. In about 4 months, I had made my decision as out of the army also in 4 months, and doing the present ventures that I am into the outdoors.
Excellent. So a lot of people
well,
Nidhi kya hai, Nidhi kaun hai. So we'll keep that mystery alive till the end of the show. I want to move to the next question very, very quickly, and I want
can
to,
I?
yeah, Avi.
So yeah, just wanted to add to what Pradeep was saying. Like in my case as well, we didn't give ourselves a plan B. No plan B. You go for it. You will go up and down, and it's okay. You keep going, like full like Jad mentality. Go for it, like no plan B. So you have no choice but to succeed, kind of. Just wanted to add that. Sorry. Yeah.
No, that's such a great attitude to have. If you kind of take options away from yourself, then you have no choice but to succeed, and clearly both of you did. I want to move to the next question now, to Avi and Satinder. So let me tell everyone who's on this show that all three of us have one thing in common. हम तीनों बहुत ही छोटे थे जब हम बोर्डिंग स्कूल्स गए थे, right? I went to a boarding school when I was 6 years old. Abhi and Satyendra joined Rai when they were both in class 1. And I think what was amazing about Rai, unlike, so I went to Sacred Heart, was a very different school, Dalhousie. When I joined Rai, one thing stood out for me, and both of you grew up in that environment, that it was a very underdog environment, right? So we were all exposed to the IPSC meets. We were competing with the DOSCOs, and we were competing with people from Scindia and Mayo and Wellams and modern Barakhamba. And here we were, a lot of us were farmers' children, a lot of us were on scholarships, but we had that spirit of never say die. We are going to compete with the world's best and we are going to win, right? At the same time, we were continuously reminded, भैया ज़्यादा मत उड़ो, right? अपनी reality मत भूलो, आपकी reality यहाँ पर है, ज़मीन पर है. So what?
Perfect.
या तो उसका क्या असर हुआ था आपकी जिंदगी पे, and how did that impact life decisions for you guys?
So, okay, I'll go for it. I would also like to share that Satyendra and me, हमारे गांव भी आसपास ही हैं दोनों. मैं भैंसवाल से हूँ और ये फरमाना से हैं, जो कि neighboring villages हैं. So we were from very humble background. You're right, and joining class 1 as kids, and we used to have cry mates, like sit and cry together, missing parents and all that. But yeah, I mean, you're right, like all these top schools in India were there, but I didn't feel less in any way, kind of in comparison. Like, I'll share some examples with you. I remember going to, let us say, Doon School. We had a basketball competition, match with them. We went there. I was in team A. We were playing. We thrashed them like black and blue. And our coach said, like, get out of, we can't have team A playing because it's too imbalanced. We were like 48-6 kind of a score, and we were made to get out. And team B was put in, and we were not even allowed to play. Team B was playing. They were like 106 and 24 kind of a score. So we felt like we're way cooler. Like Doon School, okay, big name and all, but no substance. That's one experience. Second was I visited Scindia Gwalior, and we had gone with Alan. We were doing this play called Pendragon. I was Lancelot, and we were creaming it there, and people were maha impressed, the students and everything. And we thought wow, you're cool, man. It's very cool, kind of a thing. I remember IPSC, it was in Barakhamba Road Modern School, and it was IPSC for basketball. And remember, winning the championship. Pradeep will remember, I had got the trophy for the best player as well. Yes. And we were the winners. So, I mean, we thought we were way better. I mean, comparing the campus, for example, when we visited them, we said, I mean, hard not to look down, like the campus that we have. And sports, we were dominating kind of. So yeah, I mean, they were big names, but we thought okay, people maybe don't know about our school, but we are way better. So that was my experience actually. And yeah, so I was really proud, and I really thought oh my God, we are really the best actually. It's just that, it's just like, India's image in the world sort of, that is like, Rai School's image in the country. People really don't know, what India is all about, our culture, our deep heritage, our spiritual might. Nobody knows, yet. And same with our school, people don't know really, what substance we have. Look at the people around you, look at the people in the house, everybody way cooler. So yeah, this is what I have to say and share. Thank you.
Satyendra, what about you? How did it shape your life?
I would say there were certain instances. However, it was the feeling of being underdog was more to do with the environment there itself that we had, amongst the students we had created amongst ourselves. One of the biggest challenges that boys actually faced within the school was we created an environment where we were not willing to speak in English. And that was the single biggest reason why a lot of people say that we were kind of underdogs. However, in the larger context, I would say it basically depends on what depth we as individuals have in our dealings with our daily life and in dealings when we go to a places. I remember in a class 6, we won the IPSC swimming by a margin of about 3 points. Just 3 points. We managed it. We came first. I remember in a class 12, out of 25 medals in the competition, we won 25 gold, 24 silver, and 1 bronze. That was the kind of state that we had reached, the kind of domination. Obviously, it was all, so it was more about action rather than words. बोलते हैं ना, चौथा चना बाजे घना. So for us, we had our beings intact, and our actions spoke so much louder than just words. So my take on that whole thing is that. And obviously, immediately after that, we went into NDA. Same fellows there also. So
Satya, you've gone mute. You have to unmute
the
yourself.
environment that we were there obviously got transformed. So we were at EE in about 3 to 4 months. That's it.
So, Satyendra brought up a really interesting point. Someone's mic is scratching. So if you can all go mute for a second. Bro, what was this about? I mean, Rai boys would like not want to talk in English, and Rai girls were always talking in English. And I remember, अगर MC BC बोलो तो किसी को कोई problem नहीं होता था, मगर English में गाली दे दो, अगर किसी को idiot बुला दो, तो वो मारने को आते थे. There was a big hang up. I never really understood this. So, Avi, what was this about, dude? Like, what was this English thing?
I don't quite get it. I mean, it wasn't there in our kind of.
Then I must ask Satyendra because he brought that up, and
Yeah.
I remember Avi being one of those very few Rice boys who were really good at spoken English. I'm talking about myself. I'm talking about people around me. So we had the knowledge, all the knowledge of English. However, we were very, very hesitant amongst ourselves to converse between when we are not around teachers. So that was the time that mostly we were conversing in Hindi.
Kuch
So-
to tha. We will talk offline. But there was nothing about it, man. I have had so many boys not like me because I've turned around and called them stupid. But if I spoke to them in Haryanvi and said anything, they wouldn't mind. They were like all completely cool about it. So let's move to Pradeep. Pradeep, I mean,
Yeah.
you come from a fairly traditional family, right?
Okay. Yeah.
You went and you've like gone to Spain and South Africa, and you've like gone into these deep waters with all kind of foreign people from amazingly strange cultures. So did you come across any cultural barriers that you had to address? Did you have to make any personal changes in your personality and your life to adapt to all these various cultures because you were working with such different people around the world?
I would say one thing that I was always proud of what I am, and therefore I never had that saying that yes I lack this thing or like that thing. It's just that what I am. They have what as I am, and I was pretty good at my work. That's why they accepted me, and there was no other way. This is what Rai has taught me. You are the best. You'll stay the best. You just remain yourself. Don't change yourself. This is what I believe. And yes, I have traveled throughout the world. I have met,
Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah.
and I've traveled throughout the world. I've met various people from various countries, various cultures, but definitely Rai culture is the best,
It is.
right?
I
And
mean, it is
if you
so-
follow that, you'll never lag behind.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I have traveled to so many places. I have been in boardrooms with different people who are very senior from across the world. And so many people have asked me, where did you study? And every time I've said, oh, in this school called Motilal Nehru School of Sports, Rai, Haryana, and if there has ever been an Indian in that room, he's always said, Haryana? And I've always turned around and said, if you want to see an international level school in the country, you have to go to Haryana and you have to go to Rai. I mean, it
Sorry.
was,
Yeah.
it was in that time and that space, an absolutely extraordinary thing happening. And to answer to Sonam's question, a lot of people say that, oh, Loveleen doesn't go to school often. I just don't want to ruin those memories, because I also believe it was a time and space thing, right? With Dr. Bharadwaj, which the kind of culture, all the teachers, Mandra ma'am's here, right? Everything was so eclectic and perfect, 10 on 10. The stars just aligned. And I think we are all a product of that, and very, very grateful to the school. Let's move to the next question. And Avi, so I'm going to just give a heads up to the tech team to keep Avi's video ready, which we want everyone to see. And while that video comes up, Avi, you know, when I spoke to you, I was so inspired because you were talking about getting these boys from villages and teaching them and educating them and in various languages so that they can become trainers for you. And they are now training people on paragliding from around the world. There's no better way to give back to a community, right? I mean, so inspired, which is why I said you're not just a successful entrepreneur, you're actually transforming lives. So the video is going to play, and then after that, why don't you tell us something about what you're doing, and then also tell us the story behind this video.
Okay, so I guess most of us know that I run a paragliding school with my wife, Anita, who you'll meet shortly. It's called Temple Pilots, and it's based between Mumbai and Pune on the Sahyadri range. And we teach people, how to fly. And like Loveleen mentioned, we've got, village boys. We've trained them. They speak like immaculate English. They have got their international licenses. They are qualified instructors now. And we're teaching a Western sport to Westerners in their language. And that is the potential in our villages. If given an opportunity, this is possible, and it's a story in itself. It's inspiring. And the video that Loveleen is talking about, that we are going to be seeing shortly, it's a very touching and a beautiful story, and it's a very inspiring story. It should, change our sense of the possible.
Let's see the video first, and then you
yes.
tell us.
Yes. Okay. So can I be talking as well?
Ivanshu from Pune calls us and says, I want to fly. So, oh, no problem. Welcome. He says, I have a little problem. So, go ahead. He said, I can't see.
It was like complete silence for a few seconds. And I thought, maybe there's someone pulling my leg. Guys.
And it's the kind of force you have. Let's do this. The moment of truth has come. You're ready for your first solo flight. Your heart is beating fast. You're nervous. You're afraid. But there is also an excitement to get in the air for the very first time in your life. When the instructor says, pre-flight checks are done, it looks beautiful, off you go. Then you gather up your courage, you gather your guts, and you take this one step, and then you're airborne, and the magic of flight begins. You're rising in the air, comfortably sitting in your harness, with the security of your glider on top of your head, and you look around. the mountains come alive. You look at this beautiful landscape below your feet, and you feel complete. You feel wow. You feel perfect harmony. I'm going to share a little story of passion, of courage, and of true heroism.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
Okay, so I hope you realize that Divyanshu, the pilot who did the solo flight, was visually impaired. He's completely blind and cannot see. And he had this dream as a childhood to want to fly. And he, came to us and shared this dream. And my only thought was that if he's dared to dream, it somehow must be possible. It's not been, done before. And it was some kind of a challenge. And I discussed with my team, and they had their apprehensions, asking me, I hope you can see something. I said, no, that we'll give it a shot, but not promising anything, But he wanted to do it for fun and didn't have very ambitious ideas to, prove something to himself or to the others. And flight, like you can imagine, closing your eyes and going to the loo, you'll be, I tried it and I was hitting everywhere, and this person, he has done a solo flight on a paraglider without any visual clues. So for me personally, it was a beautiful story. I learned a lot, in terms of, trust. He trusted me, totally, completely, and because of his trust, I had this confidence that it is possible. And, through grace, it was possible. It's a record in itself for any man to, attempt to fly a paraglider without any visual kind of aid. So very touching story and very beautiful and very encouraging. I thought it'll be nice to share it with you. And it'll inspire you maybe, to come and fly with us as well. So yeah, thank you for sharing this story. It's
Wow.
really beautiful and
Can
very
I join
touching.
you?
Of
Yeah,
course.
but you want to say something?
Yeah. I was
Sorry?
saying, yeah, can I join you?
Oh, of course, and you don't have to ask, no.
No, it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, really.
We'll conquer the waters and the skies both.
You look at that video and it makes you realize you're actually making people see from the heart. You don't need eyes to experience life. I mean, when I first saw that video, I had tears in my eyes. It's beautiful.
Lovely. You cannot put that best. This is the best way to show the gratitude that you are putting into words. It's not so easy to put into words, but you have put it perfectly fine. Hats off to you.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, lovely. Many people who see this are in tears. Vishal Dadlani, he's a great musician. He's flying with us, and when he saw this video, he was in tears as well. Another beautiful person. But yes, a very touching story, and we were getting messages when we shared the video. On YouTube, we were getting messages from countries like Pakistan. People who are visually impaired that, oh my God, I heard of this, and thank you very much, and very touching kind of feedback.
Yeah,
So,
so
yeah.
let me very quickly tell you, Nentara's written priceless expression on the visually disabled paraglider face. So a lot of people are touched. I can see that on the chat. But we are short of time, so I'm going to move very quickly to the next two show and tells. Let's start with a picture for Satinder. Sonam, if you can help us put that up. Satinder, tell us what's happening here. Wow.
Okay. So I'd like to briefly give a background to it. After I left the army, I took premature retirement and I started with this firm along with Nidhi, which we co-lead each and every expeditions ourselves. There's nobody looking after. Both of us are co-leading it every time. So after some time, we decided to go get into the aspect of taking people ourselves, because initially we started with going ourselves to remote locations, just the two of us, and a lot of people following us virtually on it. So this was a first for us in terms of this was a first expedition to Nagaland. Now, when people talk about Nagaland, it is just restricted to just two places, Dimapur and Kohima. In fact, this expedition per se actually started from Kohima, wherein we went right up to the Burmese border and traveled just hugging the Burmese border from south of Nagaland to north of Nagaland in Mon district. This was on one of the days where we were traveling from a small town, Kifre, to a place called Twensang. These are small districts in Nagaland. So we came across a place where there was a complete landslide. The road had been washed off, and obviously there was no way that we could have crossed that. We realized that going back is not an option. We realized that downstream there was a river, and we could see a slight alignment of some sort of a track. So we came down, did all the recce. We realized this deep ditch. This was the first obstacle that was there. There were 5 more obstacles ahead of it. So obviously, like in life, we get so many instances where obviously there are going to be obstacles. Obviously, you can't turn back every time and say, no, I can't do it. So we took up the challenge. We collected what areas around. In fact, we asked the fellow there, one of the temporary doors we utilized. So created a small temporary bridge over it and crossed over.
Awesome.
This was just about a 1 kilometer stretch, and there were 6 obstacles. This is just the first one off. There was second ditch. Then we had about 3 water crossings, and then there was a very, very tricky crossing, very narrow, with a cliff on one side and stream on the other side. In fact, one of our, that would have been a little too dramatic for this. So one of the, in fact, the vehicles had toppled, and we got it back on and on road, even after the vehicle was underwater for about half an hour.
Superb. So this is Sonam telling us to move to the next picture. But before we do that, Satinder, clearly making new roads for your 4x4 and making new roads for your life. I mean, that's fantastic. So Pradeep, what's happening here? It looks bloody dangerous, man.
Yes, it's approximately 60 meters deep, and it's in a totally different world. Underwater world is totally different from the top side. So when we go underwater, and this was with the scuba, so I had limited time. There is a time limit also. So it's very amazing when you enter the water. And if you see my finger, I'm pointing at at a shark which is down under.
Very cool.
It was a tremendous experience, and it was thrilling. And it came back to me, and I really punched on the snout of the shark, and then she went back.
Wow. Wow. No, I must tell you, my boyfriend's doing scuba diving. In fact,
That's yes.
yeah, so we
All are most welcome. Oh, this is me. If you cannot notice, look at the smallest one. That's me.
Oh, God. And I recognize Mr. Elawat. What a lovely picture.
Yes. Should I give you the name for all of them?
Please go ahead.
From my father, left is Madam Madhu, Madam Marian, Mr. Bhado, Mr. Sajjan Singh, Mr. Ramir Singh Malik, Mr. Chikara.
Dude, I did not recognize Mr. Chikara. But that's amazing.
No, that's different to Mr. Chikara. He was the quartermaster.
Yeah, got it. I get that now.
Yeah.
Avi, that's you.
Oh, yes. I'll quickly share. This is me and my beautiful wife, Anita. We enjoy flying together in the skies, and it's very romantic. And this is from Bali.
So actually, this is a great picture to move to the next segment. And while we don't have Pradeep's wife with us, we do have Satinder's partner and Avi's wife there with them in that room. And why we are kind of deviating from the other episodes is because we know both your partners are also your business partners. So I will put them on the camera. So can you please request both of them to join us?
Welcome.
Hi, Anita, and hi, Nidhi.
Hey, hi, how are you?
I'm good. So wonderful to see you. How are you
Same
doing?
here.
How are you, Anita?
Very good, and thank you for having me.
No,
Thank
very,
you so
very
much.
excited to have you both because both of you are clearly. So they have this saying where they say, behind every successful man, there's a woman. Here are two women who are telling you, behind every successful woman, there is a man. Next to every successful woman, there's a man.
Oh, well said. Thanks for having us over, lovely.
Yeah, so this is the section for girls. 3 power girls are going to talk. And next to a very, very proud men. And I must say, Nidhi, I too with my boyfriend. And it's so wonderful to talk to another woman, girl, lady who's decided to do it differently. So cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
But let's start with Anita. Anita, so I live in your city. I know you're from Bandra, and
Yes.
I'm actually from nowhere. I went to a boarding school in class 1, so what the hell. But for the last 10 years, I've been in Bombay, and Bandra girls are cool.
Yeah.
I've met girls from all over the world, but Bandra girls are the coolest. So kudos to you. So tell me
Thank
something.
you.
I'm going to ask the same 2 questions of both of you. So we're going to have Anita answer first, and Nidhi, you can have your answer prepared. I want to know 2 things, right? What are your partner's biggest strengths? Number 2, because you also bring your work home, which means you get your business partner home with you. What is that one thing that irritates the shit out of you about him? So let's start with this.
This will have to be a severely edited answer. Simply because you don't have the time.
There are no children on this show. And even if there are parents, please cover their ears.
But before I begin, I just quickly want to say that I think your school and your culture in your school is simply awesome. All his wonderful friends that I've met over the years, I have myself felt very close to and privileged to meet. Without taking much time, I'll add one more thing. I have visited your school then because we go to Rohtak pretty often. And for a girl who's grown up in Bandra in a convent school which had just 1 basketball court and 1 volleyball court, seeing your school was like going to Disneyland. Like, I could not believe there can be a school like that. Like, I kept looking at him and saying, this is a school? Like, what are you talking about? My Bombay brains could not take it. So that's just hilarious.
Out of the world. It's like, it's totally out of the world.
And another really funny snippet is I met one of his teachers, his primary teachers, when we were there. And when he introduced me as his wife, she simply couldn't believe it. She said, "Ho hi nahi sakta ki iski shaadi ho gayi hai." So fortunately that day I was wearing my Mangal Sutra because, you know, I was in my sasural and I had to show her my Mangal Sutra and say, no, I'm his wife. It's the truth. So that's the repetition I was sort of going with.
Guess which
Tell
teacher?
me, what's his biggest strength and what is the one thing that irritates the shit out of you about him?
So one of his biggest strengths is that he's extremely truthful to who he is and what life has to offer. And he just gives it his all. And he's extremely truthful about it. If it's not like that, it's not like that. If it is like that, it is like that. And he has this complete trust in life, which I just love to see and live with. What irritates me the most is I think he's incredibly lazy. Like, though he's totally an outdoor person and completely wild and loves to fly and all that, but when he's on Mother Earth, he is incredibly lazy. Like he cannot, anything he doesn't need to do, he will not do it, which can get extremely irritating. But yeah, when you're living with your business partner and the person you're working with, it does change things because then you're talking about work all the time. But the thing is that we love what we do, so it's not work for us. And we're very passionate, and fortunately we handle very different things. I handle the business side and he handles the operation side, but we sort of do everything together. Like, he's my best friend. So it's fun. And even our fights are fun. Like, we both are fire signs. I'm a Sagittarian, he's a Leo. So why not? Like, have a good fight, get it out of your system and move ahead, you know?
So I'm a Sagittarian too, but Anita, Sagittarians do spill out beans. So tell us the dirty secrets. I mean, there has to be something completely hate about him.
There is lots. So he I mean, he doesn't really realize when you know, tandem passengers, especially beautiful girls, are trying to sort of do more than just a flight. And I don't know if he pretends or he knows or, you know, what's happening there, but it's great fun to see how he reacts.
How is that a negative? That is like the biggest positive.
He's got some special talent. You know.
Beautiful girls, I thought you were going to say, you know, he lectures at them or something.
No, he's totally into flying. Like, nothing else would bother him.
You know, he's
I don't know. I think I'm a
mean,
very
it's
big
something
fan
you
of his.
can't go say anything if you spill the beans. Spill the beans, dude.
What? I think he's,
Don't
you know.
fall in the trap she's laying for you, Lavlina.
No, I think he's like, in his thoughts and in his actions, he's always like, he's been, as you said, he's gone to the hostel when he was in his first standard. So he really doesn't have like a grounded feeling at all in him, at all. Like, and I had to just sort of come to terms with it. But it's cool now. It was difficult in the beginning, but it's cool now.
So, you know, we say this like, I taught her how to fly and she taught me how to land.
Oh, wow. That's well said. That's well said. So I can see nothing wrong happening there, which is very disappointing for me because, come on, I
Well tried.
made in heaven.
She's playing the little devil.
Okay, so we're going to move to Nidhi. Nidhi, I have huge expectations. This program has to be a blockbuster. It can only be a blockbuster if we hear some dirty secrets. So go for it, dude.
I think going back to your question, I think his biggest strength is just the fact that he's so composed all the time. I mean, it's fascinating how he can be so unflappable. And I, on the other end, am literally polar opposites. So one is fire and water here. I, on the other end, am super out there and, you know, can be super spontaneous and impulsive and everything that you can add to that. And this guy is like this rock on the other end. So I think that's what makes us do well as a team. I think that's what keeps us together. Coming to what really irritates me, you know, I keep calling him, like I keep teasing him that he's MOFW, which is man of few words, like literally, metaphorically, everything. So I think, I think
I'm going to borrow this from you.
Yeah.
Because it's exactly the same. Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, just talk. I mean, I would love to hear you. I'm here listening. So I think that's what irritates me. And I think, yeah, sometimes I miss the fizz and the energy and all of that. But yeah, but that's him. And while it has been frustrating.
You know what? One of the best things about this program for me is to know that our men from RAI, treat their women so well.
So sweet.
I mean, that's really
That's true.
That's true.
Okay.
I agree with that.
It's-
That's true.
amazing upbringing.
It's our turn now. It's our turn.
Because I've never felt that I need to change, you know. He's never tried anything. I mean, it's always been just encouragement and
I think
yeah,
in
strength.
our case, it's about the fact that very early on we realized that in the most difficult of situations, you know, even without actually articulating, we're thinking very similarly. So
Yeah.
if really shit hits the roof, then we're on the same page. So I think that's why how we get along, don't we?
Okay, Loveleen, it's time for us to put on our hat now.
Ooh.
I'll just like to ask one thing. Anita ma'am,
Pradeep,
how did you
Pradeep,
handle
you've got
how did
exactly
you
30
handle the
seconds.
power pack?
Sorry?
How were you able
30 seconds.
to tackle the power pack?
How are you able to tackle the power pack?
How am I able to tackle the power pack? Because I'm a super power pack.
Well said, Anita. Well
That's,
said.
that's
I might be a Maharashtrian, but I got a full Jat inside me, like full
Yes.
blown.
Or to Jat women inside, in spirit.
My in-law says I have more of a Jat attitude than he does, so I'm good. He should be worried.
Guys, we have to now get to awesome people on the program. We are going to bid the ladies goodbye. Thank you so much.
Thank you again. Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much.
Thank you again, Loveleen. Bye-bye.
And as
Bye,
these
Nidhi. Lovely seeing you.
we are having with us two amazing men, okay, who are going to talk about our three guests because they know them personally. I know these two men personally myself, and I'm really proud to get both of them on the program. Let me start with the first one. He's an educationist to the top. He specializes in global politics, but he claims he's apolitical. How can anyone be apolitical in today's environment? Right? So you'll know who he is the moment I say that he works and lives in Norway. He's a big outdoor guy, into mountaineering, ski slopes. He's always found at the golf course. I have seen amazing pictures of him jumping into great waters with his children, his two children, who he spoils silly, right? So you know I'm talking about Narinder Dalal. Welcome on the show, sir.
Thank you so much, Lovely. Thank you so much, and it's great. It's great to be here as a part of this show. I must first
2 years ago.
congratulate. Sorry.
I'm saying it was such a privilege to meet you a few years ago over dinner.
We did, and I wish we had met a little more, but yeah, we met once, and it was great. Right. So
let me first introduce the second guest as well, right? Because then I'm going to kind of switch off my camera and let you take the show forward. So the other guy is a Rice at court. But for me, the most important thing is he's married to a really, really good friend of mine, right? He's a colonel from the army. He's currently heading security for the Oberoi at Delhi. He too joined RAI when he was in class 1. I also, by the way, remember him for very, very personal reasons as a great basketballer. And so everyone, please welcome Colonel Rajiv Olyan on the show. I call him Poncho because a lot of us in school called him Poncho. He was just so cute. He's still really
Hi,
cute.
Poncho. Hi, Poncho.
Hi,
Colonel Rajiv Olyan.
thank you, Loveleen. Thanks everyone for having me on the show. By the way,
A little more volume will be good, Rajiv.
So why don't we start with Narinder and then we'll move to Rajiv. Narinder, why don't you take over the show from here now?
Okay. Thank you, Lovely. Thank you so much. And hi, Avi. कैसा तू? कहाँ? Where are you? मेरे भाई, मेरे दोस्त, मेरी जान, कैसा है?
Really good. Better now seeing you.
Oh yeah, great to see you, buddy. And I've been asked to talk to you about 45 years of our association, right? 45 साल का association 10 minutes में summarize करना, it's almost impossible. And,
all the best.
Okay, I want to say something to Sonam. Sonam, I officially hate you now. Okay, 10 minutes you've given me to talk about this guy who's an amazing guy, right? Who's an amazing guy. We came together in grade 1 in KNS, 1976, and we have spent 45 years of our lives off and on, right? We have sort of met each other, talked to each other, interacted, and then you've done this vanishing act for years together, right? So I've got my 10 minutes and I'm going to use them as best as possible. And I will try to divide this into 3 broad themes, right? And Avi, the first theme is I'm going to talk about is your handsomeness. Okay. Now, Loveleen has already accepted that. Loveleen has already accepted that. Okay. And if I can ask Sonam to put on the pic that I asked. Sonam, are you there? No, not this one. Not this one. Yeah, this one. This one. Okay. Now, there are 2 handsome dudes here. And I'm very happy to say that both of them are from my classmate. Okay. And what I want to say about this is the khandwa. I remember Avi's father, who used to come to school in a white khandwa, and he was the most handsome person I'd ever seen. So Avi, you now know where those genes have come from. Okay, if you can take this picture out now. Yeah, I still remember your father, Avi. He was a great man, a very, very dominating personality and very down to the earth, right? And I really loved him. The second theme that I want to talk about is the drama. We've been associated on the stage for a long time, right from the KNS days. I hope you remember.
Of course.
Yeah.
I also remember you playing, 2 brothers in that Naseeb Wala song, and him bashing Ajay Bhushan.
Rajiv, वो हमने song गाया था, and I was hoping that we could sing it together.
वो गाया भी था, वो गाया तो था, लेकिन मतलब you were hand in glove and making Ajay Bhushan as the villain and acting on that KNS auditorium stage. I remember everything. If I start speaking, probably it will be 48 hours continuously. So you can go on. I think I'll stop.
He's taken like 40 seconds from you.
Yeah. I just want to share a couple of incidents, right? A couple of experiences from the school days and also from after the school days. Avi, आपको याद है कि in grade 6th we had this Ram Leela? होता था उस time Ram Leela?
Yeah,
right?
I remember.
You remember? And on every Ram Leela, we used to have this procession where you had a Ram and a Lakshman and a Sita who would sit in the school's trolley and go around for a procession.
Yeah.
So जब हम class 6 में थे, उस time I was the Ram, you were the Lakshman, and I'm not saying who the Sita was, right? It's for anyone's guess. But the thing was that I felt extremely good that I was the Ram and you were the Lakshman. Because Ram was supposed to be a big deal, right? And Lakshman was not supposed to be a big deal. Till I heard our staff members discuss the reasons why they had made me Ram and they had made you the Lakshman. And I think it was...
I remember it differently, actually.
No. I was the Ram, you were the Lakshman because of the reason that I'm going to explain now. And I think it was Mrs. Burma and I think Mrs. Malhotra who had sort of taken the decision who's going to be the Ram, who's going to be the Lakshman. So I heard them saying that, okay, Avi is going to be the Lakshman because according to ancient scriptures, Lakshman was supposed to be better looking than Ram. So your handsomeness was established at that time. You can imagine.
Shall I tell you a different story?
Okay, tell me.
I was Ram, you were Lakshman, and you know who Sita was. And Yashvir Kataria was, Hanuman. And you know why they were saying like Lakshman Sita ki jai? That's how I remember it. Anyways, let's move on.
I'm talking about grade 6.
Let's move on. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So that's the first thing that I actually recall about you and me on stage together. But The other thing that I very vividly sort of recall is that when we were in grade 8, we were always onto stage, right? And there was this play by Alan Lewis, okay, Mahabharata, jo hua tha. And you were originally chosen to be the Sahdev. Do you remember?
Yeah, yeah.
Us time kya hua tha fir? What happened?
What happened was I went for a painting competition without informing him.
And you pissed him off. You
So
pissed
he
him
got
off.
really pissed off.
Yeah. You pissed
And
him
then
off.
he found a replacement for me for alternate
Yeah.
shows. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was 24 hours before the final performance.
Yeah, I
So he
remember.
came to me and he said that I want you to be the Sahdev of the Mahabharata, right? And it was a 2.5 hours play, if I'm not wrong. It was a fairly
Yeah.
long play.
Crazy long.
So
yeah.
I had 24 hours to really mug up the lines. There were hardly any lines, I think 5 or 6 lines. That was not the big issue. But the big
Yeah.
issue was that
Where to
there were
be.
so many scenes. And there was
Yeah.
one scene that I particularly remember now. Right. And it was basically that there was supposed to be a changeover from the Pandavas to the Kauravas. Okay. So I was supposed to be there for the Pandav scene, and then there was supposed to be a blackout for 10 seconds, and then all these Kauravas were supposed to come. And I had no idea that I had to leave the stage. So can you imagine that Sahdev, the only Pandav, standing there when the Kauravas were sort of having a personal meeting or whatever. Okay. So, I mean, at that time, I really said, oh my God. I mean, this Avi has put me into a very, very difficult situation. But, Avi, I have to talk about a few things. I've got just a few minutes, I know. We've had this sort of interaction off and on, and you went to the Air Force, and then you sort of, obviously you were trying to follow your own passions, which I greatly admire. Right. But do you remember that you came to JNU when I was doing my master's?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you have something to say about that?
I really enjoyed that time with you. It was fun to meet
Yeah.
after a long time. And I think we were having fun.
Yeah, we were having fun, and
We were
I've
going to
always appreciated.
parties, we were dancing and stuff like that, yeah?
You were posted in I think at the Hindon station at that time when you
Yeah,
came.
we'd come for a simulator flying here.
Yeah, and you came there, and then we sort of met briefly. But because we don't have much time, I want to say that you are the center of my storytelling incidents. All my kids, right? And if Harsh Bhutani is there, he will sort of agree with me that I am now called the story wala uncle, because I tell stories about the school, and you are always a part of that story, right? And I've enjoyed each and every moment that we've spent with you. And if I have just 30 more seconds, I just want to say, when you took me for flying in 2017, that was the most emotional moment of my life. We had been planning this date in the sky for donkey's years, and then ultimately it happened. And if you can remember, you took me there despite the strong winds, despite Anita being very mad at you because I was a lightweight and it was not very safe to really fly. But probably you ignored Anita for the first time and the last time in your life. And then you took me up there in the sky, and we had such a terrific time.
We were singing songs.
We sang songs, and we sort of talked, we laughed, and probably that was one of the times when I really had tears in my eyes. You didn't realize that at that time, but
Yeah, I was right
I
behind
love
you.
you. Yeah, but I love you. Okay.
Okay, before you
I'm
go, like I'll just share like just 2 minutes with everyone, about my sweetheart, my friend, my life, Narendra Dalal. You were a storyteller when we were kids as well. You used to like watch these movies and you used to share those stories. We used to love it. And you have been so encouraging. All my life you've encouraged me. You motivated me. You've taught me stuff. And, I owe so much to you. I cannot like I will be, forever indebted. What you have contributed to my life, just by calling me handsome again and again, you made me feel handsome, like that's so beautiful.
You
Whether I'm
are,
not
you are.
or I am, it doesn't matter, but you actually made me feel so handsome most of my life. And thank you so much for being such an inspiration. You've always had my back, and you've always, encouraged and inspired. And I wish a friend like this in everyone's life. And I love you. And I also look forward to a lot of beautiful times in the future. To come to fly in Norway, we fly together in the, beautiful landscape there. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
We have to pass it on to, I think, Rajiv
Yes,
now.
yes.
Rajiv has to talk. Yeah, Rajiv.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Although I was called, on the show to speak about Satinder, he being my classmate, but I would be doing injustice to the other two guests also, because I know them equally well. So I will go by seniority. Malik sir, Amarjeet Malik sir, please don't mind, because I'm gonna spill slightly some beans out here. Okay. After that, as Satinder just, a few minutes back, he just narrated our agony of staying in a girl's room for 1 year. And when the year was over, we thought life would be better. And there we went to another room, which was an all-boys room, and there we met Amarjeet Malik. And as, one could realize that life could be worse also, and when he was in class 6, so it was like the devil ruled our room. It was like the devil ruled our room. It was, I'm being very, very honest about it. And I could go on and on about it, but he was a flamboyant guy, and he was fun when he could be fun, but when he was on the south side of the equator, it was really tough for us. But it was surprising when we went to MNSS Rai, we found that Amarjeet Malik was a completely changed person. The main reason that I can think of it is, and I think it is true, because when he was in KNS, he was a swimmer. And then he changed his game to basketball. So probably, company changes you. So he was the best guy that you could be around with. And sometimes it was unbelievable also. But it was wonderful seeing him on, on the basketball court, imitating him the way he played, and I learned a lot from him. And he was one person who used to make sure that you learned something from him. He was always trying to teach you something or the other. And like the plays and all also. Once he was directing a play. I think he was in class 11 at that time, and he caught hold of us for some small scene. He was not getting anyone else. So he probably had seen a movie. I still remember, I have not gone back to that movie. There was a movie called Patal Bhairavi. And Jitender was a magician in that movie. And he made us mug up that one dialogue. There was some kind of magic or a tribal kind of a, scene in that movie. That cheel patake dum dum, gun gatake gun gun, naga chika baba chika hachi hachi shush, gili 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 aam pat. And I remembered it all my life. It is, I have mugged it up, probably we did it 100 times in the Varuna House boys common room. And 3 or 4 of us, I don't know if the other 3 remember it or not, but I do.
Once more.
You go to Patal Bhairavi. I'll be kicked out of the show if I take up too much of time. So I'm sorry. And then one another instance I remember, in 1985, you and Amit Ashri sir were attending a camp for the Youth Nationals in Imphal in Hisar. You were attending that camp, and me and Deepak Arya were in the mini under-13 basketball team, Haryana team, and we were there for some time together, overlapping. and we would find Amit Ashri sir and Amarjeet sir at the chai wala shop every morning, every evening, before practice, after practice. And the whole team used to, his team, not my team, because we were quite young at that time. They were making fun of these guys. I think your coach was Mr. Dalal from Bhiwani, I believe. Am I right, sir?
Yeah.
So my memory goes back to those, and it was quite fun interacting with him in a different place than Rai. And he and Ashri sir looked after us quite well for whatever time we were there. And again, I remember him when he got selected for NDA after class 11th. It was quite a disappointment for us as a basketball team that a good player who was the basketball team captain, who was just taken over as a captain, he would be missing for the entire season, and it really hurt us for the entire season. Although we did quite well in some of the competitions, and but we were very happy that the place they went to, we did quite well, and we used to hear stories about him, about his performances in NDA. So that's what I have to talk about you, sir, and really remember you very fondly as a senior, only after my class 7th, just for the records. Okay, so I'm really thankful to whatever you did for me, whenever you did, or whatever you taught me. And now coming to my classmate Satyendra. Just Satyendra, first I would like to come on to the comment that you made, that you took BA Pass in your college just to escape the science or going to the army or whatever. I have just one thing to say. Uncle would have killed his only son if he had known that the son was going to take kayaking as his profession. He always dreamt of Satyendra being an army officer and nothing else. He himself being an army man. He was so passionate that his son goes to the army. And, me and Satyendra having chats during this thing, because his one finger, so Satyendra, can you show me your index finger? The one which came in the door. Can you bring it closer to the camera for everyone to see? Now, this finger was the contention, like, would this kind of a finger qualify the medical test of going to the army or not? Because there's no nail and there's something rounded and it's got a bit shortened, something of those sorts. So just about that. And what to say about our lives? You're literally as good as we have lived together for the last 42 years. Sonam, can I request you to share the 2 pictures that I had requested for everyone? So here you see us eating together. That's on the right side, probably some picture. There's and
yeah,
that's the room that we were there. Most of the time we had. Thanks a lot. Most of the times we had the neighboring beds in the hostel, and joining in class 1, finding somebody straight away, to had to befriend and seek support from. Satyendra was the guy for me, and we had a good beginning together. Even on the parents' day, I remember, because his father, being in the army, was posted in far-flung areas most of the times, and our parents also, whenever there was a parents' day, we were sitting together. My grandfather would always ask for Satyendra whenever he visited me. Where is he, and all those things, and sitting together and his father looking forward to meet me whenever he visited school. So we had very fond memories about this. And like Narendra was discussing with Amarjeet, but I don't have really very naughty stories to share about Satyendra, because he was not a naughty guy. He was like as cool as a cucumber, and as serious and friendly, although jolly also, but I don't remember anything, apart from that one time that we went to Murthal in class 10 and got caught even before, even when we returned back before lights out, and our only worry was that we should not be thrown out of school. No, sorry. The only worry was that our cycling trip to Kathmandu should not be cancelled, even if we are thrown out of school after that. We had even planned, which school we will join. All five of us, me, with due respect to, Satish, Daya, Jagveer, Rana, and Anil Chauhan. And only time that I, remember that Satyendra being scolded or, being pulled up by teachers was in class 6. Around, he used to sleep a lot. Probably he used to sleep in the class, and Mrs. Malhotra and Mrs. Prabha were always after his life that why are you sleeping? I don't know, something had happened to him at that time, but that's how life goes. He and me shared a life trip of the lifetime together, and I just mentioned Satish, Jagveer, and Anil also were there. And there were secrets about that trip, which we had promised that will go down with us in our graves, and still maintaining those. Satyendra, I'm sure the others also keep their promises. Now, although that was I must also mention that was the last trip from the school which had gone to Kathmandu on bicycles. We were the last 5 people, and as per Mr. Kheda, we were the only people who had got photographs from Kathmandu. He said, यार ये जाते तो हैं कहीं, पता नहीं, पर फोटो नहीं लाते, सब आके कहते हैं हमारे कैमरे की रील खराब हो गई. हमारे कैमरे की रील खराब नहीं हुई, हमने फोटो लाके दी, और वो अभी भी हमारे पास तो हैं. So we were in IMA together, and we went through that hell in commandos together. Satyendra looked almost the same, especially above the specs when we were doing our commando course, although I have grown back my hair. So, and we had a good time, and we even had a tenure together in Uri, and we had always kept in touch. And he's one guy that कि चल आज शाम को मिलते हैं या कल मिलते हैं. We generally meet, and we hang out together many times. And I remember meeting him on his retirement day, and a lot of friends, and we had it was kind of a family get together together. So that's what about Satyendra. And
thank you. It's been lovely. How many? 42 years now?
Yeah, 42 years.
42 years. I still remember it. And I especially remember your granddad. He was such a loving and caring person. And I was lucky that he knew my Nanaji, my grandfather.
Yeah.
And somewhere along the way, pretty late, we came to know that they had that common connect also. But we, during our summer breaks, winter breaks, we used to keep visiting our places, especially your place in Delhi, very often. Such amazing times, and it's amazing that life has given us the opportunity of staying in touch throughout life. Like we were posted in neighboring battalions in Uri, where we could meet very often whenever we are coming down from the post, especially me, because since I was there mostly posted on the altitude post. Amazing. You have been a pillar of strength through thick and thin all these years.
Thank you, Pradeep. Thanks a
have
lot.
a friend who has been there.
Rajiv, you have something to say about Pradeep also, I'm sure.
Yeah, Pradeep, what to say of Pradeep? He's more than a brother to me. He is the youngest, naughtiest, most notorious, and most handsome son of my late Guruji. He and me share something special, as he's aware what kind of a relationship I had with Mr. and Mrs. Alawat both. They were like parents to me in school and after school also for a long time. Remember, having great fun with Pradeep and my classmate Sukhvinder, son of Mr. Tiger, together number of times going here and there. Needless to say, where all, but we had some good fun, like quality time together, sitting, chatting in different places in the school, and you say whatnot. I was to spend times during my holiday at Pradeep's and Sukhvinder's house, and it was like family. His family was like family to me, and I really can't put everything into words because he's so close to me, and he's simply such a good fellow. The words will not be able to justify him.
Yes, Rajiv has made
And
everybody emotional today.
I must mention that about you, and I must not miss whenever I speak to Jaipal sir from 1988 batch, he doesn't fail to mention something about Pradeep and what a good son he had been and what a great guy he is. And it is commendable. Pradeep, hats off to you. And I really look forward to the same relationship that we have already shared. So all the best.
Thank you, Rajiv. I know we all keep talking of your memory, but I guess everybody knows today, what a fantastic memory you have. So, Lovely, maybe please have you also on the screen with us. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. So I guess it's been a really beautiful evening. Nice getting to know all of you. And I'm glad, when we were just speaking, I guess we were having a call the other day, and we just kept looking at Sati, and he said, I can't take my eyes off you, man. I've been meeting you after so many years. Same goes for Pradeep and Loveleen. They've met each other, after years. So I'm so glad that, all of you kind of looked at each other. I enjoyed that expression that, oh my God, after so many years, we are seeing each other. So thank you very much for, being part of the evening today. And Loveleen, especially to you for, engaging all of us. I think it's time that we request everybody to switch on their videos and they could, unmute themselves. And let's just, say hello to each other, let people speak to you. And we'll open our videos and chats for 5 minutes before we end the day today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sonam. Thank you for bringing us all together.
Thank you so much, Sonam. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sonam. You're a rock star.
Thank you.
Avi, what's happening about the book that we... Right, there was a book that was supposed to come out. Do you want to share your...
As of now, we'll just say hello to each other. A lot of people joining in. So you could unmute yourselves and, talk to each other. Hi, Ravi.
Hi. Sonam.
Hi, Rachna. How are you? Nice to see you.
Good.
I'll update you, Andy.
Same here.
I'll update you. It's on the film as well.
It's on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Stender Bhaiya. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Dinesh.
Hi, Stender Bhaiya. How are you? Good to see you after so many years.
Yes.
Bob, how are you, Bob?
If it's off, you can just put it on the chat.
And my classmate, Pradeep Elawat, how are you?
Hi, dear. All well. Great to see
you. You made us proud, my dear friend.
Thank you, man.
I would also like to mention my classmate Ravinder Nandal, who is also organizing so many get-togethers and bringing Raj together, and he's playing a huge role in Mumbai, getting all the Raj together. So hats off to Ravinder as well. Ravinder, hi, good to see you.
Thank you. Hi. How are you?
Good. So good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Hi, Loveleen, how are you? Good show. 92 batch rocks.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello, everybody.
But Loveleen's favorite batch is 1990, man.
Oh, yeah.
Dinesh, Loveleen's favorite batch is 1990. Remember? Or you joined late.
No, my favorite batch is also.
Either you joined late or your memory is too short.
My batch is also 1990 best. I love also 1990 batch. All lovely, talented guys, all of you. Love you.
I like to say one thing. All the batches are great, and I really miss you all.
Yes, that's true.
Very nice. Thank you.
Okay.
1992 is also great.
Guys here.
I can't take panga in my house, man.
Yes, you cannot. You cannot.
Hi,
Great,
Shakti.
great.
Nice to see you.
So is
Hi, everybody.
Mandara ma'am still here? She could speak to everyone as well.
I think she was there, and I think
Hi,
she was
Narendra
there,
bhaiya.
and
Hi, Nagar bhaiya.
I think Ghosh ma'am was also around.
Yeah.
Can we
I'm
ask
still on Facebook.
ask ma'am
91
Ghosh to come, please?
Teachers, right? Our professors. I mean, Mrs. Ghosh and Bhardwaj.
I know about Mrs.
Ma'am,
Ghosh.
Ma'am Gehlot.
Right, she was there.
She was also
Hello
there.
everyone.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Hi, ma'am. How are you? Good evening, ma'am. How are
Gehlot
you?
ma'am is also here.
Hello
Yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am
Hello
Gehlot was there.
Pratibha. All.
Hello.
Good evening ma'am. Good evening. Nice to see you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. God bless.
God bless you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye bye.
We have
How
Mr.
is Dipali
Maliwal
Didi,
also
ma'am?
here. Hello, Mr. Maliwal.
Sir.
Hello. 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 Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
Hello, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Sir, video.
Good evening,
Sir,
sir.
video.
Yeah.
Hi, Pramod bhaiya. How are you?
Hey, Pradeep.
Hi, Pramod.
Hello. So good to see everybody.
Hello. Hello, Pratibha.
Hello.
Yeah, आप कैसे हैं?
All well, all well.
Hi, Rakesh. Hi, Rakesh.
हमारी सर को शिकायत क्यों लगाते थे आप?
Hi,
भैया के
Rakesh.
टाइगर सर को हमारी शिकायत क्यों लगाई?
अरे तू मकड़ी थी सबसे बड़ी।
ये हम लोग नहीं थे, आपके बास्केटबॉलर्स थे हमेशा।
आपको एक्सरसाइज करना होता है आधा घंटा।
आपने हमारे बहुत राउंड्स लगवाए हैं टाइगर सर से।
Those were well deserved.
No way, भैया। Great to hear from you also.
Good to hear from you.
Okay, भैया, stay blessed. Okay.
Hello,
Kavita, how are you?
I'm good, sir.
Yeah. Lovely to see all of you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Great to see you.
Great to see you, sir.
Good evening.
All of you are getting old.
No, sir.
Hey, Mittu, how are you?
Not us, only the body.
And you are getting younger, sir.
Hey, Rajiv.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine. नहीं, Dagar. Dinesh, yeah.
That's the 92 batch.
Yeah,
I'm the 1990 batch.
Yeah.
Love
Lot
to
of
see
92
you.
people here.
Hey, hi, Vinu.
How about
Surbi, how are you?
Hi, lovely.
Hi, Surbi. How are you?
Hey,
Minu.
Hi, Rakesh.
Uda sir, good evening.
Hi, everyone.
Sir, you are
this
mute.
is a little cute.
Where's Huda, sir?
Avi, Sonam, all of you. Great.
Hello.
Hi, Dagar.
Penny, Pramod.
Hi, Yadav.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi,
sir.
Sunny. Pramod, how are you?
Good.
Ritu, how are you?
Dagar sir reached London or in Mumbai.
I'm sitting at Heathrow Airport. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Best of luck to Diksha.
All the best. All the best.
All the best, Diksha.
Thank
Hello,
you.
Surya. How are you?
Yeah,
You are not growing old, for sure.
yeah, Diksha, all the best.
Kapoor sir, good evening.
Thank you.
Kapoor sir.
Sir, you
Coach K, how are you? Can you please unmute your mic?
Nice show, guys. Very nice. Amazing stories. Avi, impressed, inspired by you, Satyendra and Pradeep all.
Thank you.
You are
Thank you so
you are
much.
the original
Hello,
inspiration for
everybody.
everyone.
Hello.
Thank you so much.
Hi, brother. Hi, doctor.
Hi, Pradeep. Hi, doctor.
Hi,
Good to see you.
I'm also very
Hi,
happy
Joginder.
to
We are free from your patients.
Hi.
I'm very happy to see
How are you, ma'am?
Hi.
Malhotra.
Hi, Rakesh.
Shalu online.
Hi, brother.
Hi, Shalu.
Shalu Malhotra.
Yeah, Kashi.
I'm very happy to see you.
On my camera, but hi to all of you.
You look same. You look same, Shalu.
was great, Pradeep, and hearing out Amarjeet and Satinder Malik.
Chalu, we cannot see your video. Can you please
Oh,
turn
you're
on your
still
video?
there?
Yeah, we want
I'm
to see
not
you,
looking
Chalu.
like you are.
Shani, we saw you once, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, here I am.
Where's Ardi? Where's Ardi? Chalu?
Yeah, it was good to see Adi and Avi together, that picture. That they put
Yeah,
up.
that was a great high. In fact, I missed going that time, and I'm absolutely paranoid going that way, paragliding.
Chalu, you and I go together.
Yeah, so let's
Our
do
next
it.
holiday will be there.
Yeah,
Where
ask
is
Avi,
he?
Amarjeet Malik.
Where is he?
Coming.
More scared you are, more fun you'll have.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much. So look forward.
That's a good catch.
Hi, Pramod.
Hi,
Yeah,
how are you?
he's another adventure sports person who has, I think you've been doing skydiving, Pramod.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, all stars there
Yeah.
today.
Oh, he did it. That was something.
Seeing.
So good to see you, Pramod.
Hi,
He's
Dinesh.
looking
Good to
good
see you,
to see.
sir. Good to see you, sir,
Hi,
always.
Narinder.
So lovely to see.
Hi.
Hi, Chalu.
Hi.
So
Hi.
lovely to see
Enjoyed
Bijinder Huda Bhaiya, who we had met,
Tejas'
in
hospitality
Pune.
yesterday.
So hi, Bijinder Bhaiya. So lovely to see you. And thank you for coming to Pune and meeting all of us. Beautiful.
Hi, Neetu. How are you?
I'm good, Bhaiya. How about you?
Good. All well.
Good to see you.
Seriously, good to see everyone. Lavleen Didi, our head girl. And Pradeep Bhaiya, now he's in Dubai, so I'm also in Dubai, so we keep talking. So nice to see. And all our seniors, and like Narendra Bhaiya, he told us that story about Ram and Lakshman. So it was so good.
Hi, Neetu.
Hi Kavita Di.
Sir, Narendra sir, another one on Ram Leela. Another one on Ram Leela. Please, everyone, please listen. Sir, वो याद है?
अभी थोड़ी हरियाणवी हो जाए तो क्या बात है प्रदीप भैया
खेलने से ओटी में जाते थे रामलीला देखने.
हाँ
रिमेम्बर?
अभी एक बात
और जो वो अशोक वाटिका का सीन आता था उसमें संतरे और केले फेंकता था हनुमान. यू रिमेम्बर दैट?
सबसे पहले जो एक हनुमान होते थे हमारे खोखा सर थे, फर्स्ट स्कूल कैप्टन.
बिल्कुल.
ही इज अ पार्ट ऑफ आवर ग्रुप, गोल्फर्स ग्रुप. वो गोल्फर्स ग्रुप है, उसके अंदर अभी हो रही है डिस्कशन. I still remember him throwing all the bananas. We were so happy as the audience.
And we were so happy sharing it with
हम तो छोटे छोटे बच्चे होते थे उस टाइम. केले आते.
सारे प्रीति भोज को कैसे
नीतू वेयर नीलम these days? उसका कोई वेयर अबाउट नहीं है.
नीलम को आपसे बात करना है तो मेरे को कांटेक्ट करो प्लीज.
Seriously, I need your number then.
हाँ, तो फेसबुक पे मैं आपको मैसेंजर से भेज दूंगी.
ठीक है.
नरेंद्र बट ये समझ नहीं आया कि अभी और तेरे में कंफ्यूजन कैसे कि राम कौन था लक्ष्मण कौन था.
मैं बताता हूँ. He is getting confused between grade 5 and 6.
ओ 2 बार रामलीला की तूने.
हर साल होती थी सर. रामलीला होती थी.
So I'll just
कौन सच बोल रहा है वो इस बात से फैसला हो जाए who's better looking here, and go to the ancient scriptures and say कि लक्ष्मण ज्यादा सुंदर था या राम ज्यादा सुंदर था.
Better looking.
Okay, let me share something because I remember it very clearly. So I don't know, 5th or 6th or whatever, I was like Ram and I was supposed to go and put this burning arrow to the Ravan. I was a kid, like shit scared, like this huge effigy, and I was asked to go and light it up. And they were telling me, be careful, just go and just put it and come back, run back, because there's not a big fire. So I was like, I went there like shit scared, like it's a huge effigy and everyone's depending on me to light it. So I go there, I pull the thing and I run back. They say, nahi, aag nahi laga, wapas jao. I said, oh shit, it was like very terrifying kind of an experience. So, I remember one of them where I was terrified, like it was huge thing.
वो class 5th का होगा अभी.
Okay,
Class
okay,
6th, I
possible.
remember very well.
Okay,
Because that
possible.
was the most heartbroken Ram that you could ever see. कि ठीक है राम का रोल तो मिल गया, but at the same time I was told कि Lakshman is better looking than you. So
पर नरेंद्र भैया आजकल की जो रामायण आ रही थी उसमें भी लक्ष्मण ज्यादा स्मार्ट था, उसको बहुत देखा मैंने.
I'm telling you, all the ancient scriptures vouch for this, that Lakshman was better looking than Ram. And
So
that
yeah.
was the reason, not because I was a better actor. That was the reason because you were not the Lakshman, Navi.
We all know he has got killer looks.
ये
वही ना?
हरियाणा में हो सकता है, राय में हो सकता है कि लास्ट में बैठ के राम लक्ष्मण ही आ रहे हैं बातों में.
के ऊपर, ट्रैक्टर की ट्रॉली के ऊपर.
और जो हनुमान की बात कर रहे हो ना, हनुमान की तुम उस टाइम that या हनुमान was I think Ram
तो बता दो कौन थी?
सीता कौन थी?
Sita was Sangeeta Soni. Sita was Sangeeta Soni. Yeah. She was the obvious choice for for Sita, I think, for a couple of years.
So cool. Thank you.
हम तो एंडी सर हम तो बंदर भी नहीं बनाए किसी ने.
राजीव तू कीड़े इकट्ठे करने वाला में था तू.
सब नहीं है.
और you know like the
स्कूल का पूरा ट्रॉली उस टाइम फुल होता था बंदरों का.
The staff people would come, and do aarti. They used to do aarti, and they would, like pick some money and put it at our feet. I'm like, oh fuck, like cool. There's money coming, like, and we used to like, okay, put it in our pockets. Like people used to do aarti, they give you some money. And it's like, oh fuck, this is really cool, like money making business here, like.
अरे भैया राम लक्ष्मण की सीता की सबकी बात होगी, हमारा तो बांद्रा में बिना बनना आया.
Okay, so I just realized all this lovely chat also is going live on Facebook, so I'm sure everybody's having a nice time.
Oh, thank you for telling us.
Okay,
I remember you as our house captain.
thank you very much.
Hi Dinesh. Hi Dinesh.
Thank you, Sonam.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you everyone.